Hello all, and welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do a collective reading for this week. This is going to be for all signs. I will be using 4 different decks for this reading. To get messages from up above, we're going to be using the Angel and Ancestor Oracle. To clarify the messages that we do receive, I'll be using the Modern Witch Tarot. For the guidance, I will also be using the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And something that I haven't done in a while that I like to do is use the Angel Answer deck, in which you will, ask the question as the watcher, and I will shuffle. And, whatever comes out will be the answer that you take directly from, source to you and make your own interpretation of it. Today is July 11th of 2020. And although the energy or my readings are timeless, I don't like to place a time frame on it. Just every Sunday I'll be posting a collective message. So, place it where it applies for you. You will hear me say you a lot, as my readings are specific to the moon signs, but with my collective, I just do them for all signs. I will begin to drop the readings by element soon, so be on the lookout for those readings to come. I will say that stepping into, this reading, my throat chakra really tightened up a bit. So I'm not sure if there's something that, you may want to speak, someone may want to speak to you. But I have noticed, and also with other readers as well, how everyone's throat chakra has been kind of affected within this last week. But hopefully, with Mercury going direct, that should clear up a little bit. Hopefully people, start speaking what needs to be spoken. And as I always say, speak your truth. So we are going to jump right in. All decks have been prepped, shuffled, and cleansed to bring forth the messages. I haven't laid any cards out, so that, we can see what comes out live for the collective. So we're starting with the Angel and Ancestor Oracle to see what messages they may have for us. So what do we have for the collective? What do we need to know in regards to the energy this week? What messages do you have for us? I do like to take jumping cards. I prefer that, but sometimes I will, have readings where I will lay the cards out already. It all goes on, what I'm guided to do. Okay, so we actually have 2. With the Oracle decks, I will read the description out of the book, and then they will be clarified with the tarot. So, let's see what we got here. We got 2 cards. I do want to say, happy birthday to all of the Cancers out there. As we are, in the swing of this Cancer season. So happy birthday to all Cancers. I'm a Cancer myself, so, I know what the energy is like. The energy has been intense for us this week. But let's see what's going on. So the first card out we got was the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. We've also got the High Priestess. Harness mystic power. The overall energy, we received is you are not alone. Guardian angel. So just intuitively, you're being watched over. by your guardian angel, whoever that may be, whether it's an ancestor, a spirit guide. You are being protected and watched over at this time. But let's get into it. I'm going to start with the heart guardian. Everyone knows that Cancer, it rules the 4th house, represent the heart and the home. It is also, Cancer, everyone knows Cancers are very, emotional and, attached to their home environment. And, we love. That's one thing I will say. We do have a hard time letting ourselves be loved because we are givers. So we're not really keen on being on the receiving end, but, this could be a message for someone to, let yourself be loved, And the High Priestess here, which, in the traditional tarot, represents the intuition and, using your intuition to guide you. So harness that mystic power, go with what you feel. What is your intuition telling you at this time? Tap into it. So the heart guardian, let's see. Says, welcome with open arms opportunities to give and receive love. The heart guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. This is essentially the angel who helps you with all relationships, whether they be with yourself, family, or even a romantic connection. She can enable you to move beyond any limiting fears about trust, discern whom to trust, and understand how you can move forward in a balanced relationship with that person. In this card, she is adorned with a sacred heart draped in a red cloak to show her capacity to let love lead the way. You are loved, lovable, and loving. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open up your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you are a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you are finding it challenging to feel love at this time, it is important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. You are also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Don't try and do everything on your own. If you are working on a relationship or are in a new relationship, this card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. So the High Priestess. Align with the light and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess is in this deck. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. If you look at them together, you will see they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. With you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it is also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. And we'll read the guardian angel, and then we'll see why these cards are here for us this week. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The guardian angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the guardian angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life and or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you ask for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and will never be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. Yes, so all three cards speak about protection at this time. So if you are feeling, maybe not safe, or, you're not sure of what you're feeling, know that you are being protected and guided from above. No matter where this situation may fit for you, it could be in regards to love, home, family, whatever, work. Just know that whatever, you're asking or whatever, you're facing right now, you are protected. So just trust that protection, step into it and surrender to, the process. You got to trust the process, because if you've been brought to it, God, spirit, the universe will bring you through it as long as you believe. So let's see why these are here for us today. Bottom of the tarot deck, we do have justice. So it could be something, a situation could be balancing itself out. A decision could be made or may need to be made on your part, but we'll see. So why are these cards here for the collective? In regards to the messages that you have given us for moving through this week. Why are these cards here for the collective? First card out is the Ten of Wands. What's going on? Next we have the Hermit. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Sorry about the glare. Not sure what it's doing that. What else do we have? Two more. We have the Everything is Fine, but it is represented by the Ten of Swords. And we also have the Magician. Apologize for the glare from my phone. What else do we have? We have the Two of Cups. Perfect. We received the Queen of Cups, but since it fell on the floor, I'm not going to take it. But if it's supposed to come out, it will come back out. And more messages. And that was also the Page of Cups that came out also. It's got the Knight of Wands. And one more, please, Spirit. Nope, they gave us 2 more, so we'll take it. Got the 7 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. Just give me a moment to look over these cards so we can see what's going on. Okay, now as I previously stated before, you will hear me say you. That's because my readings normally come through for the moon sign, which if you follow the astrology, you know the moon is who you are. And on my channel, I don't like to focus on anything outside of the self, because before you can be anything to anyone else, you have to be that for you. So I stress on the self and, healing of the self first, because once you work on the inside, it'll show on the outside, which is basically what creates your reality. So that is why you may hear me say you a lot. It's not personal, but, just to give that little disclaimer. So here with the Queen of Pentacles as the overall energy, everyone knows like the Queen of Pentacles, she's normally represented as someone, that is stable, taking care of home. She, in the upright, I see her as, just being very nurturing, as you see how she is holding this pentacle. So that could be, a child, a career, but holding on to what she believes in, nurturing it. As a baby sometimes, if you're a parent, you know what that may, what it feels like to, care for something. So it could be, you could be caring about, someone outside of you, but as I stated, you could just be sitting in this energy, and focused on the things that you care about at this time. Although she is sitting alone, there is a white rabbit next to her. As we all know, like whether you are, single and sitting in this energy, you are not alone. You always have, your spirit guides and God in the universe on your side. So you could just be, assessing your situation at this time, whatever that may mean for you. So here with the 10 of Wands, that represents, burdens. So you could be holding on to something that, you are being guided at this week to, let go. Only you know what that is for you. Normally, once you're at the 10, you are already, at the end. The only thing you can do is go to the ace. You just have to kind of make the decision yourself to, let it go and surrender to whatever you're going through at this time. With the Hermit and the everything is fine, which is the 10 of Swords, you could be, look, she's on her phone in this card, but she has these 10 swords in her, in her. So then, it could be a painful situation that you're going through right now. You could be feeling a sense of betrayal, and just pretending that everything is okay. And it could definitely have something to do with, something you're seeing online or you've seen online. But with the Hermit, it's telling you to, get off your phone and go ahead and go within. The Hermit represents the inside world, the world inside of you. So maybe you need to take time out and get offline and go within. Because with the Six of Pentacles here, the situation may need to, be balanced out. There could be something going on to where you're feeling like, you may not be receiving, a fair share of whatever situation this is. Could be time, could be money, could be, just energy. Or you could just be feeling unbalanced. But that's why, going within will help you balance out the situation at hand. At the heart of the reading, we do have the Magician. So, you could be trying to manifest something, which the Magician, they have all of the tools to, do what needs to be done. Being that it came out next to the Two of Cups here, which I will go over also, it could be in regards to a connection. It doesn't have to be a love connection. It could be a family. It could be friends. It could be, your job, whatever situation you're going through right now. I just don't want people to get stuck on the love aspect because, a lot of tarot readings do refer to love, but it's really the Two of Cups is whatever connection that you are emotionally invested in, that brings you some type of, fulfillment. You could be trying to manifest a connection. You could be trying to repair a connection. You could be trying to look for a new connection. Place it where it resonates for you. But with the Magician, it's telling me that you have all the tools, but it's like you're kind of, just from what I see here, holding yourself back with the Ten of Wands and and maybe just be sitting in the feeling of this pain and betrayal, whether the betrayal was done to you or, you did it to someone. You can't go back and change the hands of time. So you might as well just, let it go. Surrender to it. Face what needs to be faced so that you could move on. If the betrayal was, in regards to being done to you, someone or whoever caused it, maybe wanting to apologize. With the Page of Cups, we do know that is, authentic communication coming through. As we know, pages in the tarot represent children, which is authentic, pure energy. So they do, whoever, whether this is you or someone else, they may want to, apologize, or you could just be needing to give this cup of love to yourself. Because self-love is important. Whatever you're going through, sometimes you may feel that you're not good enough. But as I stated earlier in the reading, before you can do anything or give anything to anyone, give it to yourself first. Because you can't be anything for anybody until you're that for you. So don't get caught up in feeling like you have to do something for someone. Get yourself right first. Then we have the Knight of Wands, which represents, a lot of people like to say player energy, but it's also like fast moving, creative energy. Also, but if this is, some energy that you may be holding back, you may need to release it from within yourself and, tap into the creative things inside of you. We all have something to offer, no matter how big or how small. So you may just be needing to act on it. This is fast moving energy. It is kind of like in and out. So you could be, in two minds about something, not knowing which way to go. But with it going right towards the Page of Cups, it's like, yeah, go ahead. If it's an apology you need to give it. If it's the cup of love you need to give to yourself, give it. But move forward in what you're feeling. Water represents the emotions, but fire, because wands are, they represent the fire signs. It's also representative of, your passion, your willpower, determination. So I see that you should go ahead and move forward. Because with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you're just, you're in a waiting energy. You may be waiting for something, but, just standing there waiting is not going to get it done. You have to actually move to do it. And that's also why this Knight of Wands could be here, telling you to go ahead and, take that action and get moving. And then what also came out was the Three of Cups. Because you could be wanting to reconcile with someone or celebrate. It definitely could be in regards to if you're a Cancer, especially we're in Cancer season. If your birthday's coming up, you're looking to, go out and have a good time, which is what, life is about. We're not supposed to, sit in our sorrow and, dwell on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We need to move. It's okay to dwell on it, but if you dwell on things too long, you end up, digging a deeper hole. What do they like to say? There's no faith with no works is dead. You have to move. You have to move, whether you're trying to manifest a connection, a job, wanting to reconcile with someone. You can think about it all day. You can sit and lay on your phone and watch them and think about it all day. But eventually you're going to have to develop the strength within yourself. Like the Hermit, you see she's closing the laptop. Like you got to get offline. And I know at this time, with, wherever you may be at, there may still be some restrictions in regards to, going outside. But it's like everything doesn't have to physically be done. Some work has to be done internally before you can physically move. And that's fine. But you have to, formulate a plan. Come up with, with something. You don't have to rush yourself, but you also just can't stay sitting in it either. You have to move. You have to move. And let yourself be open to receive what is out there for you. Don't close yourself off, because when you close yourself off, you're actually met with more resistance than you would if you would just open yourself up and allow things to happen for you. Don't block it. Especially with this Ten of Wands here, it's like, just let it go. Sometimes you just have to, once you let go, you'll see, sometimes all you have to do is relinquish control and, only be worried about what you can control in your world. That will open up so much more for you once you decide to surrender. Because with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands here, it's like you're not in a good space. Although you may want to be and, you want to do the right thing, don't overanalyze it. Sometimes you just have to move and, step out on faith. Take that leap and know that when you step out on faith and you truly mean it, sometimes you are required to leave some things behind. Completely okay. Because once you show God and the universe that you're willing to leave certain things behind, that is a test of your faith, showing that, I can do this. I can go out there and I'm telling you, the universe will catch you. There's two ways to be a fool that I've learned, there's quotes that people always say like, oh, God takes care of fools and babies. Well, I've also learned that there's two ways to be a fool. Babies are, they come in this world pure and innocent. So, they are strongly protected. But a fool, you can be a literal fool by staying stagnant and not doing anything and hoping that things will change on their own. And, that's not thinking realistically. But there's another way to be a fool, which is, taking that leap of faith, just jumping off the cliff. Just go and see what happens. Because, sometimes you have to do that. We get so attached to the earthly realm that we don't realize how much that can hold us back. You may feel like, oh, if I just step out on something, I'm going to be this and people are going to think that, and kill that mentality, that mindset, because ultimately you are the one that has the power. You are the one that controls your life. But you could be, don't let what other people say, what other people think, don't let that stop you from doing what needs to be done for you. Because you have to satisfy you first. You have to cultivate the internal realm inside of you first. Because we're so caught up in, we have to see something first in order to believe it. When really, in reality, it's the other way around. If you believe it, you will see it. So, take it where it works for you. If you start saying, I am, I can, I will, instead of, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I am. Stop, kill that. Because, ultimately that's what holds us back. Words are very powerful, but what's also as powerful is the self-talk that you give to yourself. When you talk to people and you ask them, like, who do you talk to most out of a day? 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you someone else. Not realizing that you don't talk to someone else. You talk to yourself more than you talk to anybody. And the mind is a very powerful thing. It could be your greatest asset or your a weapon that can be used against you. We don't want that. We want to use it for what it's here for, to manifest the things that we want, but more so, not even the things that we want. You're only going to manifest the things that you deserve if you believe in it. Believe that you can have this, or whatever you want. If you're going after a job, believe it. Believe that it's already yours. Claim it. As soon as you apply, claim it. If it's a job that you want. If it's a job you want to create, claim it. Say that it's yours. Say that you are this. Because that's the only way you're going to start seeing things come into your reality. If you have negative self-talk to yourself, you're going to produce negative results. But you have to start believing. And also, learning how to let things go. Ultimately opens up infinite possibilities. Trust me, y'all. I'm living proof. With these collective readings, I really don't like to clarify because I think the messages come through, stronger. If I feel that there are cards that needs to be clarified deeper, we most certainly can, but honestly, it's here. With the Magician at the heart of the reading, you got all the tools that you need to do what you need to do for you first. Even if this Two of Cups represents you giving this love to yourself. Don't always think it has to be something that has to be given or done outside of you. Start with you first. And that's why I stress on my channel, we working on us first. No disrespect to any readers. Some people are at, different parts in their journey, but 9 times out of 10, you got to start with you. I'm not one to be wanting to hear about, oh, this person did this or this person is around you. If it comes up in a reading, sure, I'll address it, very vaguely, because I don't want you to focus on anything other than you, because that's where it starts from. Once you start working on you, you'll manifest the right types of people around you, the right types of energy. And the energy that no longer resonates with you will fall off. They'll fall right out of your life and won't, be a block or a burden, So we're going to move into the Work Your Light Oracle to get the guidance that we need. So we can go ahead. I see I'm already at 34 minutes. So I, just want to keep this, as complex as possible. Because we don't want to go too deep, because sometimes you go too deep, ain't no coming back. But just if the reading resonates for you, take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't try to force fit it. Just go with the flow. So we're going to see the guidance from the Work Your Light Oracle. And right now, the bottom of the deck says, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So whatever you're going through is happening for a greater purpose. It's happening so that you can open up and allow what God and the universe already has planned. Because as we know, they say it was written. It is written. It is written here. And your plan is already set out. You just have to, step onto the path. So what guidance do you have in regards to this reading here for the collective? What guidance do we have? All this protection. So we got the Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So whatever you're feeling is being divinely guided. As I just said, it was already, your path was already planned for you. You just have to step into it. Tap into it. It can be scary, but guess what? Sometimes you have to let fear take the driver's seat, because Jesus got the wheel. And the bottom of the deck, we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. You have something that we all need out here, whether you believe it or not. Like I said, no matter how big or small, we all play a part in this world and raising the consciousness of this earth so that everyone can, be in the frequency we all need to be to manifest the things that we want. We just have to believe it. So I'll read Pleiades. Let's see where it is, because this is a transmission. Let's see. So Pleiades. The Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnating on Earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at a soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all of the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence is unique. Your presence and unique light is needed. There we go, proof. So work your light is the transmission message. Hold this card on your heart and say, I call upon the Pleiadian consciousness of the highest realms and highest good of humanity to work through me. Let me be a channel for only the purest light of the essence of Source. Let me channel in a way that also serves me. There we go. The proof is in the pudding. With that throat chakra, we have to start, speaking and doing what we have been, been born here to do. Some of us have to, speak our truth, share your story, give your testimony. But, it doesn't help anyone if we just keep everything inside. And it's okay. And I know, the men, because although we have the Queen of Pentacles that came out for the overall energy, don't get caught up in the gender of the cards. We all have masculine and feminine energy. And it doesn't matter. We are all human. We all have emotions. And I just want to give a special message to all of the men out there that are, holding back. Don't be afraid to show your emotions. You are human. And I know you've been told for so many years to, you're weak if you cry. You're not worthy if you're, in a feminine energy. And that's, I hate that stigma is placed out there, because I love to see a man who is in touch with his feminine side, and that is okay. It is all right. It doesn't make you any better or worse than anybody else, because we all have these emotions, but we all need to learn how to show them. You know, like, don't be afraid. If people judge you, then they're not the people for you. Sometimes you have to cry. Sometimes you need to talk. Sometimes you need to nurture. And that is fine. That is 100% fine. Because there's a quote that I like, that I read probably on Instagram, that said, a man that is in his feminine energy is a piece that I don't have to bring to him. And because so many men in this world that we, interact with or encounter are, they hold that energy back, it creates so much unnecessary resistance is really the only word I can use. And building a relationship with someone. Like, we have to get out of that stigma. We have to drop that stigma of, men being weak because they show emotion. That's the most beautiful thing in this world. When a man can cry. Because so many kids never see it. And it's okay. These little boys that are being raised need to see that. It is okay. And granted, like, this message, with what's going on right now in the social realm, and people are ridiculing people for this on the public platform, kill that noise. Because laughing is catching. So be mindful of the energy, not saying that anyone watching this is doing that, but I know we're all seeing it. Watch what you put out there, because it comes back. It'll come back to you in a way that you will least expect it. So be mindful of how you're judging and ridiculing people for having emotions, for being human. And forgive me, but I'm very passionate. I'm a Cancer sun and an Aries moon, and sometimes, I could go off, but forgive me. But we're moving on to the next card, the Council of Light. So the Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it's time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels, and guides devoted to rising the earth and all humanity. If you're a light worker, it is from them you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world United Nations, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your request and let them get to work. To activate this card, hold the card on your heart and say, Council of Light, I am ready to receive your help for fulfilling my personal dharmic mission. Thank you for guiding me with clarity every step of the way, and for sending me helpers and experiences that delight my mind, body, and soul. I love that message. And it's time. Surrender. Place it in the hands of your guides and let them do the work. Ask them to show you. And you know what they say? Ask and you shall receive. So let's get it, because we are all magic. And we all are able to harness the energy. And we already have everything we need to get the job done. So don't think that you are a wasted spirit on this earth. Because remember, we are spirits having a human experience. And this experience is what, and how we work through it is ultimately what shapes us and, helps us fulfill our part in the whole. So lastly, we'll get through this last part of where you ask a question. Whatever question, it's completely personal to you. I will shuffle as you're asking the question, and whatever card comes out will be the answer for you, directly from source to you. And you can make with it what you want. Just starting out, the bottom of the deck is a peaceful resolution. So whatever situation you're in, there will be a peaceful resolution. So in regards to the questions the collective has asked, what messages do you have for them? One came right out, so I'll get another one. What question or what answer do you have for the collective and whatever question they may be asking at this time? All right. Any other messages? Let's see, one more. All right. Let's see. Any more? No, I don't think they're gonna give us more, so I'll do one more. Okay. So I got, you're ready. I did see no that did want to pop out, but that no, whatever it takes for you. So whatever it is, you're ready for it. The no could mean like no, stop thinking the worst, whatever you're thinking. The first card out was yes. And the next one out was there's something better. So whatever questions you ask, I hope you receive those answers. Take what you will from them. I do just want to, reiterate that step out on faith. If you believe, you can achieve. And if, teamwork makes the dream work. And sometimes the teamwork comes from up above. And look at all these cards. Every oracle card is letting you know that you're not alone. Just open up your heart and receive whatever it is that is coming towards you. Follow your intuition with this high priestess here. But every other card is showing that you are protected. Just because they may not be there in the physical, or you may not have a physical person there, or you think you don't, start speaking out loud. We have to speak certain things into our existence. So, start speaking. I know people, will look at, you may feel someone will look at you crazy because you're talking to yourself. That self-talk is necessary. Talk it out. Get it out. Because when you hold stuff in, you ultimately end up drowning yourself. And we want to swim. We want to ride the wave. We want to be able to control when we go under the water and come up as we move along. If I want to go swimming, I'm going to go swimming. But if I want to lay back on this float, I'm afloat. We not trying to sink our own ships, though. So I hope this message resonates with someone. If it did, thank you for allowing me to share. And if it did not, I'll hopefully, catch you on the next reading. Know that time is fluid, so you could have already went through this. You could be going through this currently, or this what could be coming up for you. So take it as, the guidance to go ahead and keep moving forward. You have everything that you need. All you have to do is believe it and take the action to start getting it done. All right? And again, I thank you all, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.